Anemones, a beautiful spring flower. I don't know whether you know it or not. It's a wildflower, but this is the cultivar. You often see them growing in woods. It's that sort of flower. So what have we got? I always say it's a good idea to observe your subject before you start barging in and painting it. What have we got? We've got a very chunky stem. That's one of my cats, Coco. It's a hollow stem. It's very soft. A lot of water travels up there. We've got this green bit. That's the bit that would have enclosed the petals. Can you see? There's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bits. Then the stem continues, and then we have this beautiful flower, which has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 petals. And they come in the most amazing vivid colours. I've done poppies on YouTube. I'm going to make a painting of this, and I've also got a beautiful magenta coloured one and a beautiful bluey purple one. So let's see how we get on. You can see that some pollen has gone onto the paper there, but blow it away, that's okay. So we'll see how we get on. I apologise if the sound is a bit echoey. I'm working in rather difficult circumstances at the moment. See the photographs at the end of this film. I'm having work done on my house, and with what's going on, the work has stopped, so I'm in a bit of a mess. Anyway, hopefully nobody dies. So let's have a go at this red one. What I'm going to do, in fact, let me just put those aside. I'm not going to do anything like a botanical thing, you know me. What I'm going to suggest I do is do a selection of 3. Let's just play with the colours and just have the experience. So I'm going to have a stem coming down here. I'm just using a pencil. I'm going to have another one up there, yes Coco, coming down here, and then I'm going to have another one over here, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just make a little frame, nothing fancy. Now you could do yours in a circle, you could do it in a triangle, you could do it in whatever you like. This today is about the doing. Okay, so effectively we're going to have a head there, a head there, and a head there. So how am I going to start? I've just got my little usual box of Sennelier paints out, which are looking rather sorry for themselves because they haven't been used for a while. Because I've been just doing other stuff, I'm afraid. Okay. Yes, darling, shush. Right, paintbrush, good idea, paintbrush. I tell you what we're going to do. Let's do the stem. I'm going to do the stems, and I'm going to paint all round there with the greeny colour. So, let us just wet this. Oh, poor thing. Her big brother, Bruno, has gone out, and he's gallivanting somewhere. And he's left her behind. So we do what we can for each other. Now, I've done what I always recommend that you don't do. That's wet the area first before mixing your colour. But to be perfectly honest, today it doesn't really matter. I don't know about you out there. I'm finding it a little bit difficult to concentrate. As you saw on my videos, I live alone, so that has its challenges at the best of times. Let's have some cadmium in there. Okay, let's just make this bright and fun, eh? Come on. It doesn't matter what the outcome is. And it might just spark off some ideas for you to do something similar or different using this as a format. I am experiencing allergy problems at the moment. Spring is in full spurt here, so if I cough or sneeze, please don't be alarmed. That's starting me coughing now. You can't catch it over YouTube anyway. Right, can you see I'm being very casual with this because this is about the pleasure of the doing. Oh, Coco, you sound so sad. Come on, sweetheart, come and sit on the table and watch. Okay, now, in an ideal world, I would probably let that dry off. Some clean paper. So, now if we look at these, there are some different things to bear in mind. That one there, the red one, it goes white towards the centre. That one, it goes paler but not that much. That one, it goes paler but not that much. And this one, they're getting past their best, I'm afraid, is a white one. So what I'm going to do, how I'm going to tackle this, let's start with the red one down there. And I'm going to use, what am I going to use? Let's have a look. Actually, the colours on these are completely awesome, if you can have such a thing. I think that needs some scarlet. That was an alizarin crimson. Now, you'll have different paints, as I'm always saying, so you mess around and find what works for you. Oh dear, Coco. Now, what did I say? 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no, 7, wasn't it? That one is in the middle, overlapping those two. That one's in the middle, overlapping those two. That seems to be different, so don't stress too much about that. The basic thing is to make it believable, isn't it? As I'm always saying. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to start here because I know that's my stopping point. And I'm just doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, let's make one a bit bigger. You could draw if you wish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that'll work for me. Now, there's quite a lot of paint there. What I'm going to do is just pull it in. Don't be precious, my friends, just do it. Or whatever other video you're watching. There's so much information out there now. I mean, this is where it really pays off at times like this, if you're having to be indoors or at least at home. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm just feeling my way with this and thinking how it's going to work, because I've got to leave the centre to get the black bits in. Okay, so I'm just going to do that. I'm going to rinse my brush off and just leave, there's a bit of paint left on it, see? Oh dear me! Oh, she has such a hard life. Hey, look how cool that is. Now, what I've done, because I've got this lovely point on this brush, it's actually making some marks for me. And I'm just pulling the colour out. The brush is absorbing it, but I'm pulling it out, and it's giving me, at the same time, it's giving me that light bit in the middle. So there you go. That one as well. Right, I'm going to leave that for now. I'm going to rinse my brush off, and I have completely forgotten about these frilly bits here. So I'm going back to my green, but I'm going to mix something darker. Now that is still damp. So we're just going to let it go in. And what I might do is pull it out a bit. think I just bunged a bit of ultramarine in there, but hey ho, it doesn't really matter. This is a very nice, for those of you who are a little bit uptight and you like to do all your detailed stuff, this is a good one to loosen you up a bit. Well, that's still very damp down there, so that's stretching down. That's okay. Yeah, okay, cool. Right, now let's tackle let's have the blue one in the middle. Wow, what colour is that? It's going to be ultramarine with maybe a bit of red thrown in. Ooh, okay, bit of my alizarin crimson. No, that's too. That'll work. So that's ultramarine and some alizarin. Remember, your colours will all be different because there'll be different makes of paint. Okay, and have we got 7 petals per chance? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that 8? Well, between you and me, we won't worry about that. Okay, I haven't really, to be honest, left enough room for these flower heads. It would have been nicer to make them bigger, but it doesn't matter. Got hair on the end. There we go. Oh, that's running down. I don't mind. Okay, now I'm just dipping into a bit more red. I didn't really spend a lot of time getting set up today. You'll understand why. So this is all a bit ad hoc, but I hope you won't mind. Just enjoy doing it. Right, let's pop you down. Now we don't have quite as much white in the middle, so we can just come down. I'm leaving little gaps between the petals so you can see the shape of them. Pressing the brush down. Remember, most of the colour is concentrated in the tip. I like the way it's run into that stem. In the belly of the brush, that's the big fat bit that joins to the ferrule, that's got the most water in. It's very quiet out in the streets today, I wonder why. Okay, now I'm just going back, I've just given my brush a good rinse, and I'm just going back to just soften that up a bit, just to let it run a little bit more, but maybe not that much. If you're feeling anxious, get your paints out. Even if you just sit and colour in painted squares. Okay, that's all right. Let's get this head in. Now this is magenta. I've got a magenta, but I don't know where that particular box is. That's rather annoying, isn't it? So it's in here. No, I'm sorry, my friends. I'm going to have to just make do because I don't want to stop now and go and rummage for it. Oh, that's a rosy colour. That will probably do the trick. I don't think it's opera rose. Something else. Let me see. Yes, my darling. Well, that's not too bad. But can you see there is quite a bit of blue in that pink? So again, I'm just dipping into the ultramarine. Okay, it's near enough. So once again, let's start on here. 1, 2, 3. Here she comes. 4, 5, 6, something like that. Okay. Come on, Coco. Come and say hello. Well, extreme times call for extreme measures, don't they? You know what the best bit about this painting is going to be? It's going to be the heads in the middle, the black. And they are actually, you hear people talk about not using black, but they are quite black. But the centres are just beautiful. I mean, if you are into doing really fine detail work, we all like to do that occasionally, you could find yourself some flowers if you're able to, when you pop out for a walk or something, or you may be lucky enough to have some in your garden. Just take things and really observe them. Right, I need more of that. Drop more in. Quite handy using your watercolour paper as your palette sometimes, because then you can see what the colour is that you're mixing. I might build on all that. That's drying off quite dark actually, but no matter. It's probably because some of the green has seeped in. Let's take that out. Okay, let's do the frilly bits again. I think I've got sap green. Should have gone to the paint store before all this kicked off, shouldn't I? Excuse me. Okay, and we've got the... It looks like a salad leaf, this bit. Let's drop some more in here, look. Look how wet it is. Let's drop some more in. And go up a bit behind as much as you can. And actually, I haven't done that right because look, there's about an inch between where that is. So because these they're like tulips. Have you never noticed how tulips get taller as they're in the water? They sort of grow because of this very hollow... Where are you? I don't know if you can see that hollow tube. So I reckon when the flower bud opened, that bit continued to grow. It's just a theory. Somebody will no doubt make a comment and feel free that, no, Nicola, it's not like that. But having said that, these heads are tilted towards you, so you don't know what's going on behind. See how I'm holding the brush in a very relaxed sort of way. Right, I'm just going to pull some of this down and just put some water on here. Picking up a bit more of that dark green. Now, I'm sure you will all do a better job than me because you'll probably stop and think about it. I just wanted to get on with it. Okay, I am going to where I don't often go, and that's lamp black. And I'm going to just make a And I'm going to do, because this has got such a lovely point, I'm just going to do that. And don't worry if it runs. down to the middle. That's gone a bit muddy, that colour, but no matter. Now, if you haven't got anemones or you've got something similar, then just have a go, have a play. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to say that's enough of that, but what I am going to do is I'm going to go to pick up some, I'm going to do a bit of spattering, so I do like a bit of spatter. And I'm going to do that round the red one. Then I'm going to that one there, the magenta, because we've got all this empty space down here, so let's bung some bit of colour in it, and we'll have a bit of spatter down there, so it's all running where that's really wet. And then I'm going to my blue one, but I'm using just the magenta, sorry, not magenta, the ultramarine, because I just want to brighten it up a little bit. And at the bottom, I'm going to take some more of that bright green. And I'm going to add a few anemone leaves just because I want to fill in that gap a little bit. And it's nice just to make some pretty marks and see how the colour separates. We've talked about this in previous lectures, how, you know, some colours will separate, granulate, they do all sorts of wonderful things. Watercolours have a mind of their own. I will say no more. So let's just zhuzh that up a little bit. And even a bit darker in here, a bit more. And then I'm going to let that dry. Now I think that's a bit of fun. I thought somebody had gone on camera for a minute. Anyway, look, it's only fun. Take what you want from it. That's all I ever ask you to do. If you've enjoyed it, then that's all that matters. And I might do a bit more on this. When it's dry, I may get a pen out or some watercolour pencils. I'm not quite sure, I'll see. But I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope it's taken your mind off things that are troubling you. And I better go and see what this cat wants because she's determined to get my attention. Whatever happens, my darlings, keep safe, keep well, and keep painting.